the Economic Development of Mason County, and the Executive Director of the EDC here in the county is Jennifer Baria. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Morning,
Thanks
Jennifer.
for having me. I feel very tall.
You are you're looking down on us this morning.
I have to remember to sit up straight.
That looks good right there, for sure. And we got a big event on Wednesday.
We do. It's our Big Choose Mason event. And finally here, we've talked about it a little bit off
Yes.
and on each time I come in, and it has arrived.
Sure, finally. I like it. So what can we expect? We're all going to be gathered up at the Port of Allyn on
The Port of
Wednesday.
Allyn, out at the gazebo. It's supposed to be beautiful. I'm hoping that air hazard map stays nice and clear and we're good to
I
go.
know, right? You have to think about
Otherwise,
that.
we'll have to provide some sort of doctor's mask or
Sure,
something.
sure. So this is a gathering of, last time I talked with Karin, she says some 19 businesses are going to be on hand. Maybe.
We've got 19 businesses. They'll be set up, we're hoping, in a kind of semicircle around the gazebo so that we can lock you guys all in.
Yeah.
Nobody can leave.
Yeah.
We'll have the sponsors there to speak. iFiber's a sponsor,
Sure.
Peninsula Credit Union, Port of Allyn. You'll all have time to talk. We'll do kind of an update on what the EDC is doing, but it's really more about getting there and meeting those businesses.
What is it about kind of it's a struggle that the community is aware of. We talk about it all the time, but kind of the supposed divide between the north part of the county and the south part of the county. I get that it's a little bit of a drive to get up to Belfair and things like that, and there's not a lot in between. But it's all still one county.
Right.
And what's it to do these types of events to kind of bridge these gaps?
Well, we are an interesting county because you're right. It is a half-hour drive, which, I mean, you drive to Olympia. If you're from Belfair, you drive into Bremerton. It's going to be about the same, but we don't have anything in the middle that
To kind of breaks it
pulls
up.
people up and pulls people down.
Yeah.
So there's not many counties that are like that have that kind of natural break. It's just something that we need to work at being more inclusive. People in Belfair, they are going to do their shopping in Bremerton. They're
Sure,
closer.
sure.
Their stores are all right there. They're not going to drive down here to Shelton, and Shelton's not going to drive up to Belfair, especially if they don't know what's there.
Yeah.
So it's really right now at an education level. What is around us? What can we do to support businesses here in our area that maybe we could go somewhere else and do, but since they're here, there's the whole buy local push that you can do. But even outside of that, we're interested in that growth. We're interested in those jobs, that development. This is part of that.
How do you take some of these conversations that you have or you'll hear people have and then kind of shape them into further plans that you guys may be coming up with to connect more of the county or market the county outside, things like that?
Well, you guys, as you know, we are becoming more and more connected. There is really no place, especially in the U.S., that you won't really know what's going on with somebody else. What affects us down here affects people up in Belfair,
Sure.
affects people in Thurston County and in Kitsap County. We are becoming a much smaller world globally, nationally, and we rely on each other to spread the word, good or bad. You know how quickly news spreads, especially if there's some sort of salacious information to it. But that works the same for businesses. They're not, when a company looks at us in our area, they're not just looking at, this is the site, okay, they've check marked all of this. They are looking at the business environment. They're looking at the community, who's going to be part of their family. And that's part of the decision that they're making. It's no longer just, here's a site, we're ready to go.
Right.
They're looking at how it's going to impact their families, because heavens knows you don't just move you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You move your whole family, and you need to make sure to engage. So activities that we can do, those businesses that we can support, it all becomes part of it.
I know on some of your old past surveys that you have done, older surveys in the last couple of years, to find out the number of businesses in Mason County, it's a staggering number. I think some 4,000 businesses from large to small. When it comes to a shrinking world, how much still is there the need to get online for some of these businesses that do maybe not direct sell over the internet, but just as a landing page for folks to find their hours or find their phone number, find how to get to a physical location.
Find out if they have a physical
Find
location.
out if they have a physical location. Is there still a slow adoption to get websites and Facebook pages to many of the businesses? And do you guys help with that at all?
We do help with that, and it really depends on the type of business and what it is that your goal is. So your outreach could be different. Facebook might not hit your target market.
Sure.
It might be other social media platforms. There might be a niche that you're working more with crafter areas. So you've got to get into that network. So there's really a lot of research on the business side of it that you need to do and really identify where are your customers. What are they looking at? Kind of, we did a training, we call them watering holes. Where is your customer watering hole? That's where you're going to market.
Okay, so maybe like an outdoor recreation business would do better on Instagram because it's picture focused versus quick
Well, I think
tweets
the
or things like
website,
that.
Because, I mean, like, if whatever you think of, like, I need to buy new patio furniture.
Sure.
Patio furniture near me
Right.
is one of the first things you're going to do on your phone.
Uh-huh.
You know, so there should be a website, and
Yeah.
it should have pictures, and I mean, it's all about the website, I think.
Well, you have to have a landing page. If you're not
Yeah.
going to have a physical location, what is that physical location, quote unquote?
Yeah.
And that could be your website. A lot of businesses that are starting up use one of their social media bases as kind of their selling point. So you can sell from Instagram, you can sell from not Snapchat, but you can sell from Facebook. You can put together these, Etsy pages, things like that. We've got an award-winning, amazing wood turner out on Harstein Island, but he does it mostly word of mouth because it's a kind of niche niche group. So he relies on outside places to kind of
And
promote
I've
his
seen a lot
training.
of restaurants doing just Facebook. You know,
Yeah.
and they'll have the menu. You click on it, and it goes right to the menu.
And then what are your, when you educate the business owners on social media presence, when it comes to if somebody's going to write a comment or post a question, you have to be, you have to be responsive. You can't just
You have
let
to be
that.
responsive, and you have to really kind of help your customers know how to talk about you. We've got search engine optimization. What wording do people use when searching for things like you? You don't have to have a website because Google will search Facebook. It'll search any reference of, best downtown restaurant in Shelton. If that's what you're searching, that first 2 pages, people aren't going to look past maybe 3 pages of Google.
Sure.
You're just
Oh,
like,
yes.
well, clearly they're not.
and they're going to look for the Yelp reviews,
Right.
Or any reviews, you know.
So making sure that your information's current wherever it might be is the biggest part.
Yeah, because we really are smaller and smaller when it comes to the reach that we have. It's
And if I don't get it as quick as I think I need it, that's it.
And being the owner, you have to comply to the Yelp reviews. I mean, if you say, "Oh, the hostess was horrible," and 8 people said she was horrible,
maybe there's something to do
You might
there.
want to train the hostess or get someone new,
Right.
Sure.
You know, kind
Sure.
of thing. So you have to
Interesting.
read into that.
All right, so we'll see you on Wednesday, 4 o'clock until 7 at the Port of Allyn there, the gazebo, and welcomed with 18, 19 of our great closest friends and
Everybody come
businesses,
out.
and have a good conversation.
It'll be a lot of fun.
That will be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you out there.